Welcome to San Diego. Viejas Arena, one of the toughest home court environments in the West, is the stage. Conference play continues in the Mountain West as the Utah State Aggies take on the San Diego State Aztecs. Hi everybody, I'm Trey Bender alongside Richie Schuler for this one, the Mountain West home opener for San Diego State. Up and down season, searching for their identity a little bit. This is an Aggies bunch that really relies on the three. That's their bread and butter.
And they really need to focus on trying to win on the road. They're 0 for 4 this season. San Diego State just needs to be even-keeled. Had that big win at home at Gonzaga, nationally ranked. Then they went to Wyoming earlier in the week and lost on the road.
Well, Malik Pope is the co-captain, one of them for this Aztecs team, coming off a career game in terms of field goals made.
There's not a lot that this senior veteran can't do. 6'10" with a terrific wingspan, long, agile, active. He blocks shots. He can really shoot from anywhere on the floor. He rebounds the basketball so well. There's not a whole lot he can't do. Done so well for the Aztecs. On the other side, though, Utah State, Sam Merrill, the sophomore, 6'5", 210 shooting guard, get into a full rhythm after completing a 2-year mission trip just about 18 months ago. Now leading the Aggies in points, assists, and charges taken. Really values the basketball and a terrific ball handler for this Aggie squad.
Let's take a look at the lineups. 9-0 all-time against Utah State is San Diego State in Mountain West Conference games. And this has been the five that the Aggies have pretty much been sticking with. They've had numerous injuries, but McEwen and Merrill arguably the top backcourt in the Mountain West this season. And for San Diego State, McDaniel's getting his second straight start, coming off his first start. He's had 9 or more rebounds in the last 4 games. He's rotated with Rooks at that 5 position. It's the San Diego State team, Usam and Laramie, trying to find their identity a little bit, and it's a good basketball team here on this floor as they win the opening tip.
Well, I like what Coach Brian Dutcher has done with this program. I mean, they are playing faster than they had in years past under Steve Fisher. They're a little bit more free-flowing, and look for them to shoot a little bit more three-pointers.
They like to limit their turnovers and get to the free throw line. One of the keys for this team, as that's knocked out of bounds, it will stay with the Aztecs. They're going to see some zone. They're going to see some man as Utah State will mix things up.
I like the way Utah State does that. Coach Tim Duryea has them playing some man-to-man, some matchup zone. Sometimes they'll mix that up. Try to keep the athletes for San Diego State thinking. Take that athleticism out of them.
This is Devin Watson, the San Francisco 2-year product out of Oceanside, California. Leads them in a number of categories, including assists. He'll take a 3 from the wing, misses badly, and the rebound pulled down by Kobe McEwen. Merrill, that's a great backcourt. A couple sophomores have had a couple years together now. Quinn Taylor, who's played the 4 and the 5, hands it off to McEwen. Cross court, Dwayne Brown. It's an air ball from 3. Pope the rebound.
Well, you can tell the crowd is into it already.
Inside Pope, and he knocks it home. He had a great effort, 10 field goals at Wyoming, and he picks up where he left off.
Well, Malik Pope has just been outstanding, especially in conference play. As you know, got off to that hot start at Wyoming and San Diego State. They are smelling blood after that loss on Wednesday.
Good ball movement from both teams. Utah State will shoot the 3 a lot, and here's one of them that's off the mark from Merrill from the left wing. He's playing with a bandage on the right hand. Just a nagging injury. He's had to fight through the pain on each shot. Here's Watson. Good fake inside the arc, knocks it down. Good start for the Aztecs, 4-0.
I love how players who are so dynamic at getting to the basket, if they can get somebody off their feet on a shot fake like that, mid-range shot all day.
Utah State, a 46% field goal percentage team, but 43% of their shots beyond the arc this season. Merrill, the sophomore from Bountiful, Utah. McEwen, good look from the right wing, knocks it home. That's their game right there, find the open shooters.
Well, he's been about a 40% three-point shooter on the offensive end. Confidence is his middle name. He's never going to turn down a good look.
Preseason All-Mountain West first team. He has 4 20-point games this year already. 4-3 here in the early going. Pope picked up by Taylor on the baseline. He's going to drive baseline against the big man. Oh, what a play with the reverse lay-in.
He has really come alive. Seems like every season Malik Pope gets a little bit better, and he is a stat stuffer this season for the Aztecs. Scoring the ball, rebounding it, blocking shots on the defensive end.
So highly touted out of high school. Here's Merrill, top of the arc. The 3 bounces off, and the rebound pulled down It's Jalen McDaniels. In transition, Watson.
A wise bounce pass there. He had thrown a chest pass there, would have been a turnover.
Pope inside the arc, misses with that one, and McEwen rips down the rebound. Stop, and pops from about 10 feet away. Looks like he lost the handle a little bit, and it's 6-5.
You know, both these teams, if you look at their home base offense, they're 4 around 1. And both of them are trying to spread it out. They're trying to drive. They get limited post touches, really, even though San Diego State gets a lot of points inside the paint. It's not back to the basket.
Matt Mitchell misses from 3. He's a threat out there, out of bounds. It'll go to the Aggies. They really like the freshman from Riverside, California. Big body, but don't let that fool you. He's a guy that has that perimeter game as well.
Well, he's been outstanding. I mean, for a freshman to look the way he does, is big and physical at 6'6", 230. I mean, he is a guy that is very mobile and agile for a man his size.
Merrill, who leads the Aggies with 11 double-figure games, over to Brito, who misses from the right wing. The product from Portugal, and here come the Aztecs the other way. And away from the ball, a foul called on Utah State. 6-5, good pace in the early going, and you think about the Aztecs' defensive teams, you're going to see more of an up-tempo style that you mentioned.
Well, this is a team that holds their opponents to under 40% from the field. Now, that leads the Mountain West Conference. They're so good at ensuring that guys get off contested shots and not wide open looks. And San Diego State, I mean, they're a team that prides themselves on the defensive end, but they really need to do a better job probably of taking away some of the dribble penetration from Utah State. I know that's been a point of emphasis for them in this contest.
Brian Dutcher, longtime assistant, 19th overall year at San Diego State. He's under Steve Fisher all those years, last 6 years as associate head coach, putting his stamp on this program here in his first year. Pope turns down the 3 this time. Watson for 3. Got it from the left wing. He has had 50 career double-figure games. He's a scorer, a scoring point guard. McEwen, step back, 3 on the way. And the rebound pulled down by Matt Mitchell. 9-5 Aztecs lead, and they're running. Mitchell attacks.
Oh, nice dish.
Turns it over. That's off of Pope. McEwen the other way. And they call him for carrying the basketball. They don't call that often. Turnover called on the Aggies.
How about that? You see Utah State really trying to push the basketball and try to get some transition points.
Kobe McEwen, the sophomore from Toronto, a scorer with that backcourt mate Merrill. That's a good bunch for the Aggies. Back at Viejas Arena, 9-5 lead for San Diego State, 4 for their first 7 from the field. This is an Aggies team, meanwhile, that really relies on the three-point shot. They'd like to attempt 25 to 30 three-pointers per game. And with some injuries to their front court, they really count on these guys to carry the load.
Well, this front court has to be one of the best group front court in the Mountain West Conference. You see the points that they score. Look at their field goal percentage. All of them pretty close to 50%. And McEwen really shooting the basketball well. Merrill really doing a good job of distributing the basketball. I mean, this is a ball club. You talk, they want to shoot all those three-pointers. If they can make 11 or 12 of those three-point shots, they're going to be pretty good. I mean, as it is, they're already shooting a high percentage as a team from 3.
The ball rotation into the corner for Jeremy Hemsley, who's checked in. Trey Kill for 3. And the guy that has 93 career starts, first team All-Mountain West preseason, drills one.
I love him as a basketball player. Why? Because he can shoot the outside shot, but he is a bulldog to the basket.
Now foul away from the ball on the Aztecs here. Off to a good start, 12-5, as they've hit 5 of the first 8 shots. Here's the Kell 3.
Now look at the kick out by Hemsley. Wide open Kell, set feet, catch and shoot. It's the kind of player you want, and you have to guard him honest, because if you take that away, he'll drive the basketball.
He's the co-captain along with Pope, the leaders of this Aztecs bunch. D'Angelo Isby, a scorer off the bench now on the floor. Backing down with 2 on the shot clock. And Dargenton, did he get the shot off? He did. A foul called on the Aztecs.
Wow. You talk about Alex Dargington, and a lot of players in their senior year, they really want to go out with a bang. Look at that. He gets the shot fake up. I mean, that's textbook offense in the post. Shot fake, get your defender in the air, and that's a foul by Malik Pope. Alex Dargington, talk about how improved he is from a season ago. He's more aggressive. He wants to go out with a bang. He wants to lead this Utah State to a potential Mountain West championship.
And they need his inside presence more now than ever. He leads them in offensive rebounds and dunks. Here's the shot clock behind him at 0. Didn't look like he got the shot off.
It's a great point.
Mike Cypher, Sean Lehigh, and Rick O'Neal are officials here.
I think they're going to call that a turnover. Ball was in his hands when the shot clock went to 0. If he had about a half a second more, I think that would have been a foul call and 2 free throws.
Tim Duryea screening, ball movement so important. Excellent guard play. That's been a big part of his tenure in Logan, Utah. And they need the bigs, though, to step up. Quinn Taylor, Alex Dargington, with injuries to a couple of their big front court guys this season.
Yeah, you talk about the big man from Slovakia they had, the JUCO transfer. He was 6'11", 250. He's injured out for the year. And Clay Stahl, 6'10", 240, started the season, played a little bit. He suffered a back injury. He may be out for the season with that disc injury.
Yeah, Norbert Janicek, the other guy you're talking about, and that was a shot clock violation, and now a chance to extend the 7-point advantage for San Diego State. Pope, double teamed, feeds McDaniels down low, stays with it, misses off the window, follows his shot, and they are winning the battle inside.
Wow. And Malik Pope begging for the basketball, and when he got double teamed in the post, he dumped it off to his teammate. Look at the lake by San Diego State, which makes him so good defensively, rebounding the basketball, and it's hard to guard shooters who are that tall and long.
Here's Isby from about 15 feet away, knocks it down. The junior from Chicago started the first 5, great score. He struggled a little bit defensively, but he gives him that scoring punch.
Sure does. And he's a guy that can shoot inside and out.
Aztecs are 6 for their first 10 from the field. Here's Kell on the move, and he's fouled. Actually, this is offensive. It's going the other way.
Well, look at this pass by Pope into McDaniels. He just mishandled it a little bit, but follows his own shot and gets it up for 2 points. Just love the hustle and the effort by the Aztecs.
A turnover on Kell, and the Aggies trying to find their shooting touch. 3 for their first 8, 1 for their first 6 from the field. Isby driving baseline. They're going to call for the hook here. He's going to be called for the offensive foul.
Solid move. And you just saw him take a mid-range shot a moment ago. And now he's challenging the big, long, athletic Malik Pope. And I appreciate the challenge there. Just taking it right to a guy that averages about a 1 block shot a game, showing no fear whatsoever.
Max Montana into the game now, the 6'9" junior, struggling with his shot a little bit. Here's Kell with 10 on the shot clock. Thought about the 3, now he'll drive it against Dargington. And 3 seconds the call on the Aztecs. They looked impatient. I didn't know what they wanted to do on that time down.
Yeah, it's a kill. I mean, Trey Kill made a great move. I love the shot fake. I mean, it's probably the most underused basketball move there is. I mean, the shot fake works. It gets players up in the air. It makes them move their feet defensively to a place you can drive. I thought Kell did a good job of doing so in kicking it, but you can't have your player in the post just camping out.
Now McEwen throws it away. A little bit of pressure there from Hemsley at midcourt, and he gives it up. Hemsley out to Montana. Gonna drive it, dish it. Cameron Rooks on the interior. Timeout, Utah State.
But
Max Montana for 3. Well, he needed that. He has only hit 6 threes in 25 attempts. He gets that shot going, look out. Had a hyperextended knee at Arizona State and really has been the same since. Merrill to Isby in the corner. Driving it amongst the trees, and a foul on the floor. And a timeout. Great start for the home team. The Aztecs, 87% win percentage at home since the 05 season. They're up 12 here in San Diego. A beautiful night in San Diego. And Mountain West basketball taking center stage here at Viejas Arena. A 13-2 run over the last 4 minutes, 19 seconds for the Aztecs. And they're trying to run away and hide here early, up 19-7.
I mean, San Diego State is 8 of 12 from the field. They've knocked down 3 threes, but the killer is they have 6 assists, 3 turnovers. Not bad, 2-1, right? Utah State 1 assist to 5 turnovers, and that's led to 10 San Diego State points. And we're seeing the Aztecs are just dominating inside the paint. 8 of their 19 points coming from inside.
Julian Perry on the floor now, the veteran guard who provides a little bit of defense for this Aggies bunch. Here's Taylor, he turns it over into the hands of Jordan Shackle, the freshman. Turnover woes continue. Mitchell with the left hand blocked. Brito and Dargenton both there defensively.
San Diego State, though, they came out of that timeout and they went into a zone, and it was active. And a lot of players think, hey, I'm in a zone, I can chill. Heck no. You almost have to be more active, moving the fly to the pass. There was a deflection, and then a couple passes later, there was a steal.
Merrill comes in, Taylor checks out. They get smaller here as we near the 11-minute mark in the first half. Aztecs lost their opener at Wyoming in the Mountain West Conference. Utah State a winner over San Jose State convincingly in Logan in their first game. Here's Hemsley, shot clock under 10, going to drive it, dish it in traffic out of bounds, and they'll keep the basketball.
Utah State runs a bunch of different defenses. I mean, expect to see their 3-2 matchup zone and man-to-man, and you know they're going to mix it up here, especially if this man isn't working.
Hemsley in the interior, puts it home. Here's a guy that didn't play at Wyoming, might have been altitude sickness or the flu, looks pretty good on the floor right now.
Well, I worked that game, and he looked good in shoot-around, and then during the game, he was in the locker room ill. Good to see the young man out here playing again.
Boy, look at the points in the paint so far, dominated by the Aztecs, and that was one of their keys to success. Get it in there.
I mean, when you have the highs of highs, you beat a nationally ranked, what was Gonzaga, 12th in the country? They beat them here in this home floor, and then they go on the road after Christmas break, and they lose a tough one at Wyoming. You know they're going to be motivated. Coach Dutcher said they had a couple of really good practices, and I knew they'd come out here swarming. Now, can they maintain this for the last 30 minutes?
Isby attacking. How about the effort off the bench from D'Angelo Isby, showing no fear?
I like what I see in him. He is not scared whatsoever. He attacks on the offensive end.
There's that zone look. The Aztecs have 7 assists on 9 made field goals so far, up double digits. Hemsley for 3. Back iron. Isby the rebound.
Versus the other side for a little jumper.
4 team fouls on each squad now. Aztecs up double digits with Kell. Into the corner. Montana short with that one. Long rebound, tracked down by Taylor. Tim Duryea calling for movement here. It's all about spacing for this bunch. Merrill spins and turns it over. Watson. Kell feeding Montana, and he's fouled. They're just a step quicker so far.
Oh, they are. And you know, obviously they have some really physically quick players, but the Aztecs right now are more mentally quick as well. And you have to be mentally quick to be physically quick. You have to anticipate, and I think San Diego State's doing a good job of that. But I want to take it back to Sam Merrill on the other end. He is their leading scorer. He's 0 for 2 from the field, and he just had that turnover. I think this pressure by the Aztecs is bothering him. But Utah State could really gain an advantage if they can get Merrill going. He's a terrific basketball player, and they really just haven't shot the ball very well at all collectively.
McEwen will come back in for Perry as Montana gets 1 out of 2 from the free throw line and extends the lead to 13. Jordan Shackle will come in for Montana, who hit that big shot from the outside. Maybe that'll open things up for him a little bit. McEwen driving it, and a foul called on Kell. Kell picking up his first here.
Look at McEwen take it right into Kell. Little contact before the shot. I'm pretty sure that's where the foul was called.
Now this is a guy you could argue has not hit full stride. He missed 4 games with an ankle injury during a road trip in November. He's an all-conference guy, and not playing his best basketball. They're hoping he can find that during conference play.
He was all-conference a year ago. Honorable mention in the Mountain West. He was also freshman of the year. Utah State has a lot of depth, especially around the perimeter. And he was 15 points a game.
He's been a rebounding machine, averages over 7 per game. Watson for 3. Good luck, and he drills it. It's the team that only shoots it from out there at 31%. They're shooting it well from the perimeter. Isby attacking, can't convert. Taylor keeps it alive. San Diego State, Utah State has none. Pope missed the finger roll. Well, that would have been an acrobatic play for the 6'10 post in the lane, going coast to coast is McEwen for the bucket. McEwen now with 7 to lead Utah State. In the corner, Montana. Hemsley dumps it for Pope. That's what they want. The 10-footer is there.
Aztecs got a couple of ball reversals there. Thought the Aggies were doing a good job of keeping them outside the 3, but that one little split second in time, they found Malik Pope open right there at the elbow area, and that changes everything.
He has 8 now. There's a look at the zone from San Diego State.
It's so active. Look at the way they move it.
Dargington for Henson. Good cross-court pass. Spots the open shooter.
Of course, as soon as I say that, they don't move to contest the shot.
That skip pass, a beauty, right in the hands of Henson, who hits his 11th 3 this season, and lead now 10. Pope attacking. And a foul called on Henson. Free throws coming when we come back. Malik Pope, one of the leaders with 8 points leading the way.
Well, we know what he can do. In the paint, outside the paint, turn around, post, face up. He can do it all. Malik Pope for San Diego State.
San Diego State with 15 points off 11 Utah State turnovers here in the first half. That's been the big story, up double digits here, just under 4 to go first half.
Yeah, San Diego State's done a great job at it, using that length and athleticism, but you have to credit Utah State. You know, they got down big early, and it's just been maintaining ever since. I think it was 19-9 or something like, I don't know what it was. It was a large difference early on.
They were down 14 at one juncture.
That's what, wow. But now they've kept it to 10, and it's kind of stayed 10, 11, 12 here for a little while. So Utah State hanging in there despite the fact that they're not shooting the ball, at least early on, not as well as they were. They have hit 3 3-pointers now, but they started off very cold. They have taken 10 less shots than San Diego State because of all those turnovers.
Pope now with 9 points as he hits the front end of the 1-and-1. Utah State has hit their last 4 field goals, and Pope now in double figures. Pressure full court from the Aztecs now. McEwen over to Henson.
Look at this 2-2-1 press. I mean, this is a very active trapping press.
In the corner, Isby fails to connect on the 3. Look at Dargington in the interior, and he's fouled. Montana comes over and fouls him. And an offensive rebound for Dargington, who they're really relying on with Taylor to give him some post presence down there.
I like the 3-point shot against the press. You break the press, you find an open shooter, you take the shot because nobody has a player to block out. It's a free-for-all. You can get some offensive boards that way. Dargington got the offensive board. Now he's rewarded with 2 free throws.
Had a nice game against San Jose State, 9 points, a couple block shots. Went 10-7 against BYU. You see the numbers. A guy that's 6'8", 205, not heavy, but tall enough where he needs to be a factor for this front court.
And especially on the defensive end. You know, he doesn't have a whole lot of bulk, but he does have the length, and he is capable of blocking shots.
10-point game as we near the 3.5-minute mark here at Viejas Arena. San Diego State looking for their first Mountain West win after losing on the road in their opener at Wyoming. Here's a 3 off the mark for Watson. Tipped underneath the bucket and tracked down by Henson. A little bit of life here from Utah State, trying to get it to single digits. McEwen. Isby on the attack, and he shuttles it in there.
He's fearless. Absolutely fearless, taking it to the basket.
He has 8. Montana from the corner. There's the answer from San Diego State. He's found his shot. The former Indiana Hoosier has hit a couple threes. Isby looking for a shot here. Brito. 3 from Henson. In and out of there. And Watson has the loose ball. Ahead for Pope. And he's fouled. Henson got back and kept him from getting the bucket, and that would have been a highlight reel play.
Absolutely it would have been. Malik Pope didn't know how close he was to the basket to the last minute. Look, I'm going to dunk it. Oh, well, I'm going to get fouled instead. But it looked like he was going to try to punch that home.
He was a number 55 rated player by ESPN out of high school. Had a tremendous sophomore year, Mountain West All-Tournament. Had a knee injury last year that forced him to miss 9 games, but really appears to be one of the leaders. Kind of has embraced that role in terms of what he does out on the floor.
He has, and he doesn't, I mean, he's not a scorer 20 points a game. He's 11 to 15 points a game, but he's going to get you 7 to 10 rebounds, and he's going to play really good defense. You know, after his freshman year, there was talk of him potentially going to the NBA draft. He kind of flirted with it a little bit, didn't end up going. And I'm sure the Aztecs are happy about that, but he is a professional in the making.
Courier looking for movement here. Here's Diego Brito inside Dargenton. And what a spark they have gotten from number 11. He has 4 points, a couple boards so far in this first half.
It's an underrated skill to know how to move off the basketball. And Dargenton got the layup because he made the cut off the ball.
Jeremy Hemsley, the junior, 60 career starts. Shot from the corner from Mitchell, not there. Ball is stripped. Isby the steal. Took it away from Pope. And on the other end, a foul is called, and that will be the 8th team foul and a 1-on-1 coming. They have responded after being down 14, and the body language is better, and they've been on the attack here the last few minutes.
Well, I would think that Utah State has adjusted to this pace. San Diego State just came out swarming. Offensively, defensively, they've slowed down a little bit, but you have to credit the Aggies for that. The Aggies didn't come out shooting the ball very well. He started out 1 of 6 from 3. Second half is a whole nother half. Everybody's in a different frame of mind. You've made adjustments. It all comes into play.
Isby missing the front end of the 1-on-1, and he's an 83% shooter. Remains a 10-point game. Mitchell, the freshman. Kell calling for it. Spins into the lane over Brito. Kell with 7.
He's a headsy player. He's so crafty because he knows he can take you off the dribble, and if he gets in there and doesn't have the shot he wants, he knows he has a teammate open outside the 3.
McEwen gets the high screen. As we near the 1-minute mark. Henson. Coach Duryea did not like that shot, off balance, and now a foul called on Utah State.
That's a tough shot. That's a shot that you're going to look and watch some film with your coaching staff and figure out that that's a bad shot. Every player has a different, what's a good shot, what's a bad shot. But McEwen there called for the blocking foul.
That's his first and the 10th team foul, and that puts a very talented freshman, Matt Mitchell, on the stripe. You can see the body language from Coach Duryea after the shot on the other end.
Utah State, since they've been in the Mountain West Conference, and they just joined a few years ago. It was 2013-14. They're 0 for 9 against San Diego State as a member of the Mountain West Conference. 0 for 9. And that's the first thing Coach Duryea said to us. We're 0 for 9 here. We want to come in and win. We want to make this thing happen. They believe that they can, but they've struggled on the road. We talked about they're winless on the road this season, 0 for 4.
12-point game, 1 minute to go. Here's that pressure again Full court, Montana on the ball. McEwen gets it to Brito in the corner. There's that skip pass. Isby travels.
Yeah.
Boy, they have just had so many self-inflicted turnovers here that really have to drive you crazy. That's 12 in the game.
That's going to hurt you. In other areas where they have been hurt on the road, I think it was it Valpo in Portland State? Look, he picked up the pivot foot. The left pivot foot came up before the ball hit the ground. But on the road at Valpo, on the road against Portland State, came down to free throws. Coach Duryea said we've lost 3 games by missing 11, 12, or 13 free throws in a game. BYU is at home. Almost seemed like they had that game won, but lost it because they missed free throws down the stretch and had some empty possessions. But now it's turnovers in this game.
Well, this Aggies team is a very good shooting team. On the year, they're 46%. They've made 50% of their field goals so far tonight, but when you have 12 turnovers, and those turnovers have resulted in transition points many times the other way, those kind of things, the field goal percentage is a moot point.
They're going to have to tighten up their ball control in the second half. They can tighten that up. They're going to get not so many empty possessions, but they're going to get good licks at the basket. I mean, I expect Utah State, they're probably going to shoot a lot better in the second half. They're going to be more comfortable with the pace of play, with how San Diego State's coming at them. Here's the question. Will San Diego State come out in the second half and play at that intensity level on the defensive end? They may not. I mean, things happen. I mean, just 3 days ago at Wyoming, San Diego State had the lead at halftime. Wyoming came out just slaying away. I mean, Hayden Dalton was unbelievable for Wyoming with those 36 points and 15 rebounds. But most of those shots and points he got in the second half.
Devin Watson missing close to the rim. Here comes McEwen the other way. 8-second difference, shot clock and game clock, and another unforced turnover.
Unforced.
13 here in the first half.
This is one of those things that, I mean, Coach Duryea and staff, they've done everything they can to prepare their team. Plays, what are you going to walk through, shoot around, tendencies for San Diego State, prepare them for the intensity level on the defensive end, all that stuff, but you have to rely on your players to get the job done on the floor.
They average 12.5 turnovers per game. They've already eclipsed that here in the first half. 6-second difference, game clock and shot clock here. Matt Mitchell, freshman from Riverside, California, gets it to Watson. 5 on the clock. Watson driving it over Isby. Made him change his shot, but the follow is there. McDaniels cleans it up. McEwen with 2 seconds. Gets the shot off over Montana and misses, and we've reached halftime. 43-29, 50% shooting for San Diego State, but again, the big story, turnovers. 13 miscues for the Aggies.
And I like how the Aztecs have come out after their opening Mountain West Conference loss on Wednesday in trying to prove a point here. They are a contender, preseason ranked second to be second in Mountain West Conference play. And it's all going to start with this game if they want to have a chance to do so.
Malik Pope leading the way with 11. Trey Kell has been big with 7 points. A lot of good energy from San Diego State, and they have the big advantage at the break.